Hello, welcome back. My name is Brooke, and today I wanted to share 4 frugal and simple meals that I made my family last week. The first meal is just tacos, but I'm starting earlier in the day by making some homemade flour tortillas. I made some a couple weeks ago, and the kids love them so much. They really want me to make them every day, it sounds like. But sometimes, when you make something homemade, it's hard to go back to store-bought. So I felt like I had the time and capacity to make these today, and that's what I did. They don't really take a whole lot of time, and they do really taste very delicious. I'm going to make 2 pounds of ground pork and beef mix because that is quite a bit cheaper at Walmart by the pound. And one way that I stretch my taco meat is by adding lentils to it, and you don't even really notice that they're there. Then I'm just going to add some seasonings. I don't buy packets of seasoning because those are expensive. I'll just add my own, like salt, pepper, garlic powder, cumin, onion powder, chili powder. That's like your basic taco seasoning. I just put out all the toppings and everyone can make their taco the way they want to. And it is a super easy, frugal, and delicious meal, and I served it with apple slices on the side. This next meal is probably one of my favorite meals to prepare because it is so simple and it makes a lot, and everybody in my family really enjoys it. You simply start with chopping up potatoes, putting them in a pan. I do a good amount, and then I do 2 packages of kielbasa sausage that I slice up, and then I just drizzle some olive oil over it. And then I'm going to add my seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic powder. You can add onion powder. And then when you have all your seasonings on there, you will add some Parmesan cheese. I don't always have this in the house, but it does make this dish that much better and more interesting. And then just mix it all together. Just stir it up really well so that everything gets mixed up. And then before I put it in the oven, I usually sprinkle some more Parmesan cheese on top. I cook this in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for as long as it takes the potatoes to get the way that I want them. I want them to be really cooked through, and I want some of them to be kind of crunchy on the outside. I just served this with a salad on the side, and dinner was done. The next meal I prepared was a vegetarian, like lentil vegetable soup. Super easy and really delicious. I just started with chopping up an onion, carrots, several potatoes, and then I had some leftover lentils from Monday night. I just dumped those in there. And then I'm going to add a can of fire roasted salsa just by the Walmart brand. This stuff comes in a can, but it is so good. It tastes so delicious. I really think it adds a lot of flavor to anything vegetarian. I also like to add a can of corn and then a small can of tomato sauce. And then I will just add the amount of water that I want for this soup. For spices, I just did salt, pepper, garlic powder, basically taco seasonings, cumin, chili powder. This is a dish that we enjoy having tortilla chips on top. We'll just crunch them up. And yeah, it's really delicious. And this is a super, super frugal meal. Today is Thursday night, and I'm about to do my dinner video. I'm running a little behind because I wasn't thinking tonight we need to eat a little bit early. The kids and my husband have jiu-jitsu. So I actually have leftover taco meat from Monday night. I can't remember. It's not a whole lot, but I'm gonna make some Spanish rice and put that on top of it with cheese, and that'll be a thing. And then I also, because I don't think the taco meat is enough, I made a pizza crust out of some of my bread dough that I had rising today. So we're gonna have a sausage pizza, kind of an eclectic dinner, Mexican rice casserole thing, and watermelon. So for the Spanish rice, I start by putting some oil in the pan, and then you kind of toast your... Yeah, I'm going to talk over because I was not talking loud enough and you can't hear me in this clip. But you start by toasting the rice, and you don't want to burn it, but it does something, and it just makes this taste so good, and it kind of starts to smell like popcorn. Yeah, and then I added a bag of chicken broth from the freezer, a little can of tomato sauce, and I'm not really sure how much liquid is in this, so I end up adding a little bit more water just to be safe. And then for seasoning, I just added taco seasoning again. Now I'm moving on to the pizza. I'm going to do barbecue sauce for this one. And I cooked up a pound of breakfast sausage. I'm just gonna spread out the sauce, dump the sausage on top, and cover it with mozzarella cheese, and that's done. So the Spanish rice is done, and I'm just putting it in the casserole dish. And then I'm going to spread the taco meat on top and then some cheddar cheese. Turns out there was a lot more taco meat left over than I remembered. So this probably could have been our meal, but I really love having leftovers. It brings me a lot of peace. Just knowing that there is prepared food that people can eat the next day. And that's why I do this. That's why I plan out my meals and try to be organized, because it does bring me so much peace. It takes a little bit of time to prepare and write out a menu, but it is so worth it to take the time to do that. The weeks that I don't plan and have a menu, I definitely feel it. And that's why I share these meal ideas, so that you might get ideas for your own menu and have more peace yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, and God bless.